Hi, Blake from football.co.uk, and today we're going to box PUMA's latest speed generation, the evoSPEED 1.4 Leather Edition, in the brand new electric blue colourway. Let's get the boots out of the box. Alright, so here they are. Not expected to be headlined by any major professionals, PUMA have introduced leather versions of the evoSPEED and evoPower versions for several years now. So following on from the crimson, white and navy launch edition of the evoSPEED 1.4, PUMA have given this colourway an electric blue, lemonade, white, orange clownfish colourway. It's a mouthful, but it definitely looks good. Definitely make your feet stand out on the pitch, and it's quite a modern looking colourway, as well as being a bit classic because it's just got a standard one-tone primary colour design. So electric blue covers the entire boot, with white colouring the trademark PUMA form stripe on the lateral side and the PUMA branding on the medial side. A bit of lemonade, I'm not sure why they've added this colour in it, but lemonade is just featured on the speed frame branding and a bit on the sock liner. And orange clownfish, it's a weird name for orange, but they've used that. It's on the stud tips and on the speed track and a bit on the sock liner, and it's on the heel lining. So overall, colourway wise, I'm not a massive fan, but I don't hate it. I think it's mid-range in terms of modern looking boots. It's not super bright, and it's definitely not a classic black colourway. It's just a decent colourway for a PUMA speed boot. Like the first and second generation evoSPEED, the 1.4 silo is inspired by the shapes of muscles, tendons and the smooth curves of a race car. A super soft full grain leather is utilised on this boot rather than the synthetic material seen on the standard evoSPEED model. The leather spans the entire forefoot and continues down to the boot, to the heel of the boot. So it starts at this seam here, it goes right across the lateral side, on top of the forefoot, over the PUMA branding and onto the medial side of the boot, where it cuts off and the synthetic material is seen. So if you compare it to the standard evoSPEED model, the seams are in the same place essentially. Leather spans the same place the synthetic material spans on the synthetic evoSPEED. Nothing different there. But what the leather will do is it's going to provide a much more natural and traditional feel to the boot, to the ball when you kick it, and it's just going to be slightly more comfortable than the synthetic edition. So like on the evoSPEED 1.3, the cage system, now called the speed frame, is featured externally, whereas an internal cage on the 1.2 silo, the cage is now featured throughout the entire midfoot and it merges with the lacer to lock down your foot into the sole of the boot, enhancing agility, traction and quickness. So you see this a lot in speed boots, where they have a midfoot cage. And this boot, you can sort of see it, the webbing there on the lateral side of the boot spans around the heel, the same mesh material. You can see the speed frame branding on the instep there. So the major difference is that the speed frame system is not featured on the forefoot where the full grain leather is located. So that is a major difference. It's not going to be as supportive in the forefoot and the midfoot region, and the same sort of speed frame effect that works on the synthetic boot won't work as good on the leather boot. The tongue of the boot is made of a synthetic material, making it super lightweight. It's quite thin and it spans the entire tongue. Is that sort of really super thin mesh synthetic material. A couple of studs on there will hurt a lot. The weight of the boot is very similar to the evoSPEED 1.3 leather edition, weighing around 220 grams, making it one of the lightest leather boots on the market. It is interesting to note there is no GripTex technology on the leather version. The GripTex technology is just an added layer on top of the boot for extra friction and grip between the boot and the ball. So GripTex is something you see on the synthetic edition. It's just a coating or an application on top of the upper just to help with a consistent touch in all weather conditions. So sort of similar to Nike's ACC and Adidas's new NSG technologies. But on this boot, there's no GripTex. It's a leather boot. You can't have GripTex on top of a leather, and it's not featured on the leather edition. So the same DuoFlex and SpeedTrack technology, first seen on the 1.2 and 1.3 models, is used on the 1.4 silo, offering enhanced traction, agility and stability as you run and sprint. A series of conical studs are featured both on the heel and forefoot of the boot, which adds additional agility. So you've seen this on the evoSPEED 1.2 and the evoSPEED 1.3, now it's on the 1.4. It's a sole plate which I'm actually a big fan of. It's not cheap, it's not a cheap sole plate. I actually like the design, the speed track. It's very rigid and it's quite flexible in the toe region. It's a sole plate which has worked for Puma, so why change it? I definitely agree with that. So an external heel counter is used while the evoAptor is again used, and it's designed to follow the natural contours of your foot for a perfect fit. If you're a player with wide feet, this leather version may be a better option over the standard synthetic edition. So same last essentially, but what leather material does, it expands slightly and it molds to your foot a lot better than what synthetic materials does. So this isn't a great boot for wide footed players, but if you're an evoSPEED fan, I'd definitely recommend this if you have wide feet. A central lacing system is again used to get the most natural streamlined feel and fit in the boot. Same story there. The sock liner is standard for an evoSPEED and features super lightweight Pouran inserts for great comfort and cushioning at the forefoot and heel regions of your foot. So yeah, Pouran inserts, these yellow foam material, and on the other side it's just standard blue, standard sock line you see in most evoSPEEDs these days. Does the job. So please check out our channel trailer if you've not done so already. We'll be sending this boot out to Sergio Football for winning our June boot test competition, so congrats for him for that. Thanks for watching our evoSPEED leather unboxing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more unboxings like this. And as always, we'll see you next time.